Hello, America. Welcome to another edition of Greg's List Live, your home for serious journalism. In fact, if serious journalism is a hurricane, we will be a Category 5. Speaking of hurricanes, we just had one pummel the eastern seaboard. Hurricane Irene came through last week, and it was not nearly the cataclysmic catastrophe that people like Paul Krugman and Obama and Home Depot and Lowe's were hoping for, because as Keynesians, they believe that destruction is economic stimulus. So, we talked a little bit about the fallacy of Keynesian economics last time. Let me explain to you this a little bit now that we actually have a live motion event that we can discuss. Hurricane Irene came in, and like I said, it wasn't quite as damaging as people had hoped for, but it is still a major storm, and will probably rank in the top 5 of all-time damages. They're thinking anywhere from $7 to $10 billion of damage from Irene, and the Keynesians love it because they're like, oh, the insurance companies have to cut checks, and we got to rebuild and replace all this stuff, so that'll stimulate the economy. But what they don't realize is that this money comes from somewhere. It doesn't just grow on trees or fall like manna from the heavens. No, it's paid for by big-time insurance companies like Allstate, State Farm, even their Progressive, I believe, does homeowners insurance now. And so guess who owns stock in insurance companies? The union pension funds. So that money drives down the stock price when those companies have to cut huge checks to cover homeowners and auto and all the businesses that are out, the renter's insurance. If your rental property was damaged and you have renter's insurance, that covers 6 months while your property gets rebuilt of whatever your tenant was paying. And everybody that has a homeowner's or an auto policy, they have something called a deductible. That's right, a deductible, which when you actually have to pay it, acts as a tax. Think about it. You wreck your car, right? You weren't planning to wreck your car. You need to replace it. You got to stroke a check. Most people have about a $500 deductible on their car. So you got to stroke a check for $500. That's $500 that you could have spent on anything else, but it acted as a real tax to you just to get the insurance company to pony up their money and replace your car. So basically, you're out $500. Yes, you get a new car. Yes, Ford or whoever replaces it sells a car, but Allstate pays for it, and you got hit $500. Now you take homeowners insurance; those deductibles are even more expensive. $1,000, $2,000. I'm in the mortgage business. I usually tell people to get a $2,500, whatever the max is, because generally speaking, your insurance premiums are going to be much cheaper the higher the deductible is. So you could have a $300,000 house with a $2,500 deductible, and your insurance may only be $600 or $700 a year, depending on where you live. If you're in Florida, it's going to be a lot more. But that's another story for another day, the insurance industry. Basically, everybody that had a home that was damaged now gets to cut a check for $2,500. That's a big tax. You can't just replace that money. But the Keynesians think that money grows on trees, and that any rebuilding will going to create jobs, and we're going to more than make up for it. Most people don't realize the fallacy of government spending, because the government has to get that money from somewhere. Which leads us to our next really depressing story. And I've got to play a little song here for you, because the federal government drinks your milkshake, or they drink whatever they can get your hands on. In my case, they drink my ice house, and I really hate when people drink my ice house. But so I'm a little sweaty right here. But at any rate, I'm going to play a little song for you for a second. Hope you enjoy it.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and their life is better than yours.
Now, when you hear drinking your milkshake, what exactly does that mean? Well, case in point, let's look at a company called Solyndra. This is one of the green energy companies that Barack Hussein Obama touted last year as one of the future innovators of green energy. Now, never mind the fact that Solyndra, the CEO, had been a big-time fundraiser for Hussein in 2008. Never mind the fact that they had more than $550 million in loans from the federal government. Never mind the fact that their interest rate on these loans was about 1%, which was 4% lower than everything else that was kind of in the same industry. Never mind all that, folks, because yesterday, or a couple days ago, the company announced that they're filing for bankruptcy. So their 1,000 employees are all out of jobs, and that $550 million that you loaned them, poof, it's gone. Bye. The federal government dipped their straw across the country into this company in California. They drank your milkshake. They drank it up. It's gone. Bye-bye. See ya. It's melted. It's out of here. $555 million. And they had the callous audacity, attitude to say, well, we don't expect all of our investments to pan out. And why don't they expect it? Because it's not their money. It's your money. They're gambling with house money, basically, but it's money in your pocket. So all of these green energy jobs that you hear about and these green energy companies, it's a waste of money. The federal government is blowing it. They're giving it away to these companies that have had some kind of political payola to the White House. And I want everybody to be aware of that, because this Solyndra company, this is a dirty, dirty company, folks. $555 million. The CEO with a big-time fundraiser for Hussein's election campaign in 2008. The rabbit hole goes very, very deep on this one. You need to take the blue and the red pill, folks, because the matrix of capitalism is where I want to stay, and that's gone. On to a little bit of a brighter story, because the federal government drinking your milkshake is disgusting to me. You see this G right here? Yeah, it's for Georgia, baby. UGA, the Bulldogs. Tomorrow night. Now, see, when I start talking about my Bulldogs, you might start hearing a little bit of Redneck Buddha. Now, we are related. The family tree here, it kind of branches around a little bit. But Buddha, he couldn't get into the University of Georgia. He went to Georgia Southern down in Statesboro. We're going to talk to him in a minute about the upcoming football season. But I wanted to have everybody know that I'm predicting Georgia to beat Boise State tomorrow night in the Georgia Dome, 27-10. I think we're going to beat the Smurfs. I think we're going to beat them bad. And anyway, I didn't introduce the Greg American panel earlier, but I'd like to take that chance to now. First of all, we got Mr. Redneck Buddha, who is temporarily on assignment in China right now. But Buddha, tell us a little bit about what's been going on in your life. Well, buddy, I do appreciate the compliment about Georgia Southern. That's a school down in Statesboro, and basically people that couldn't get into Georgia, the Harvard of the South, they went down to school there. And one of the famous things that's happened at Georgia Southern is we are pioneers in sniffing bath salts. Yeah, that's right. You've heard of that, right? Now listen, when I was a youth, I used to go around to the fields outside of Statesboro, and I would tip cows over, and during the course of that, we would sometimes see cow patties that had them magic mushrooms growing on them. And you may make fun of me, but we already knew from the Indians that used to be roaming around these parts that these are hallucinogenic mushrooms. Now, the Indians were the pioneers in this field, just like we are the pioneers in snorting bath salts down here in South Georgia. Well, I don't know if you're going to be winning any awards or like the Oregon Trail, because that's not exactly positive pioneering, now is it, Buddha? Well, listen, you snobby elitist UGA grad, I don't need to hear none of your lip this evening. Well, whatever, dude. Anyway, let's move on. We haven't heard from our good friend Perez, the teabagging weatherman, in a while. Perez, how you been doing, buddy? I tell ya, I'm about as popular as Barack Hussein Obama since I overblew the coverage of Hurricane Irene. Seriously. I mean, Barack Obama's about as popular as a leper at a tanning salon, and I'm less popular than that. But anyway, I wanted to let everybody know there's another hurricane brewing its way. This is like from Russia with love, Hurricane Katya. And it's going to be very exciting. And I'm so excited to see this because it's going to give me another excuse to watch Jim Cantori in one of his tight black shirts. What about Greg Williams in a tight black shirt? How about them apples? Sorry, you're a little bit chubby for my taste, fatty. Counting to 10. Okay. Perez, you're not welcome in Atlanta for 2 months. Better not see your teabagging ass down here. Okay? Now, sometimes, folks, what I do, when Georgia plays bad on the field, I sometimes like to think to myself that those G's on their helmet, well, they stand for Greg. And it's a sign from God, Lord, and I need to stop feeling sorry for myself and to pick it up and to kind of, focus all my energy on the football field once Georgia ends up, losing, and I can get back to task. Now, tomorrow night, that's not going to happen because these G's, this is going to represent the whole state of Georgia, and we're going to take care of business. Now, I wanted to address a couple other things. Every now and then, I do get a little bit of mail, email, spam, some people call it, but they often ask, what kind of hair product I use, and I don't want to divulge any secrets here, but this is called TV hair, folks. It's a Mitt Romney-esque wig. I'm just kidding. No, I don't go to bed looking like this. The wife would probably appreciate it, but no, I don't. I'm not a Guido or a WAP. I'm a WASP. That's what, white Anglo-Saxon press. WASP, not WAP. But this carefully coiffed hair is with a little bit of CVS hair product, and me. This is very low budget, folks. I don't have money for a budget, so hopefully that'll answer any questions from the old mailbag there, and I don't want anybody making fun of me because, like I said, this is TV hair. I don't normally look like this. So, anyway, that's going to wrap us up. Looks like we're under 15 minutes on this show. There's a lot more to talk about, America. I want you guys to go online and check out Berkshire Hathaway and notice that they're a little bit behind in some of their back taxes. Let me turn this down a little bit. This has been 7 full of rocking you. But anyway, yeah, after Warren Buffett begs the government to coddle the rich, or to stop coddling the rich and to charge them more taxes, it's disclosed that Berkshire Hathaway owes $1 billion in back taxes dating back to 2002. So Warren Buffett, pay your taxes! Stop lecturing us! Please, either that or lower my Geico premium. We'll see you next time on an angry Craigslist. Have a good night. That was supposed to be like cut to the business scene. The director is fired after this one.